What's good? What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Fadris Madonna. Welcome to another great edition of the Rewatchers Council. Today we are talking about the MCU version, and the movie we got for this week is Ant-Man and the Wasp, a great film starring Paul Rudd, directed by Peyton Reed, also featuring Evangeline Lilly, Lawrence Fishburne, Michael Douglas, and the great Michelle Pfeiffer. But without further ado, I'm not alone. I'm never alone. I got my main homies with me. I got my main man. I was about to say Matt, but then I was about to say Matt. Then he took a swig, and I was like,
The main
yeah,
man Adelia.
yeah,
That's a new one.
yeah. Matt, how are you?
Good, thank you.
All right. When you took the drink, it threw me off. So I was like,
I know.
I have to pay for the Adelia. But I already said,
I was
man.
trying to swing it fast, so I was like, shit.
Yeah. And then not not a man. We're Adelia, how are you?
Not a man.
Yeah.
That's a great way to start the show, Ferris. Fantastic.
So sorry. So I'll take that as you're well.
I'm doing fine today.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. But without further ado, let's get right into it, guys. It's Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's the film right after, not right after Endgame, not Infinity War. It's not after.
It's the one right after Infinity War.
It's the one right, but it's going on concurrently.
Concurrently, yeah.
With Infinity War, so that's the timeline we're in. I want to get right off the bat. I want to get everyone's initial reaction, your overall thoughts on the movie initially when we first watched it, and then now on the rewatch. Adelia?
I like this movie a lot. I don't think it's as good as the first Ant-Man movie was. That one I had a lot of fun with. This one I had some fun with too, but I thought a lot of it was kind of stupid. I don't know how to say this, but a lot of the stuff with Walton Goggins' character and all that just did not make sense to me. I watched that whole movie. It literally ended like half an hour ago, and I still don't know why he was so obsessed with getting Hank Pym's lab. Like, it might have been said and I might have missed it, but whatever it was did not stick with me at all. But Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly and Abby Ryder Fortson, the little girl who plays Cassie in this movie, phenomenal. Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer, great as always. I thought Hannah John-Kamen did really good as Ava, as Ghost. And I have such an appreciation for that character after Thunderbolts that, like, seeing her in this again made me realize just like what a great character she is. She's in the running for having the shittiest backstory in the MCU, with what happened to her when she was a kid.
Yeah.
And I think that Lawrence Fishburne was also great because, I mean, he's Lawrence Fishburne.
Morpheus.
Yeah. So I enjoy this movie. I do. On rewatch, I think I enjoyed it a little less than I did originally, just because like I see all the dumb things in it now that I just had fun with back in 2018, 2019, whenever this was. But it's still fun. It's still fun.
Matt, what about you, my man?
Yeah, I always thought this movie was just okay. I liked the first Ant-Man a lot, and this one was just like, I know that they were world building for Kang and stuff like that, but especially like when they got to Quantumania, I was just like, this is way too much for like this level of hero. This dude should be like street level or something. Like, I don't know. But upon the rewatch, there was some parts I liked still. But yeah, the whole Walton Goggins thing makes no sense.
Yeah. I'm with you guys. I've always liked the Ant-Man movies. I've always think they're fine films. They're comedies. They're the kind of little bit stupid. Not stupid as in like they're dumb movies. Like, like some of the stuff they do that is kind of dumb. I think the Walton Goggins thing is they tell us that because he used the Ant-Man suit, Hope and Hank are now fugitives of the law, so they have to buy black market science stuff from Walton Goggins.
Mm-hmm.
And then he finds out that she's not Susan, she's Hope, and she knows that they're doing quantum stuff because she knows who their dad is. And he says quantum energy is the future. And I know you guys got quantum stuff at that laboratory, and I want it. I think that's what it is. But it was kind of an annoying side quest. I do get. He kind of wasted Walton Goggins. I love Walton Goggins. Every time he's in something that I've watched, I'm like, I love this guy. The Unicorn, Justified, Sons of Anarchy. I heard
Shield.
Shield.
Yeah, he's one of the main dudes in the
Oh,
Shield.
the Shield. My bad. I'm sorry. When you said Shield and Marvel, and I thought of Agents of Shield, and I was like, wait,
Oh, haha.
yeah, my bad. Yeah, the Shield. Yes, I agree. The Shield. I heard it's really great in Fallout, so I gotta watch Fallout. Season probably binge the next 2 seasons. But yeah, I'm with you guys. It's a little dumb on rewatch, but like it. Ava, what a horrible, horrible thing to happen to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad's a traitor. He blows up a building. He dies with his wife. You don't die. You survive, and then you have your atoms ripping themselves at every waking moment of your entire life. But before that, you become a weapon for the government.
Well, not before that. After that.
After that, yeah, after that, they help you. They basically make you a secret agent that you murder and assassinate people. And then Thunderbolts. Adelia, I think you're right. Thunderbolts has made me
Appreciate her so much more, right?
appreciate these villains a little bit more because
Because I remember the conversation around this movie back in 2018 was,
Yeah.
oh, Ghost isn't much of a villain. Like, it's not very good. Like, this was kind of like the first MCU female villain that was really the main villain of the movie. And a lot of people didn't like it. But I think that what they did with Ava and Thunderbolts really gives me a greater appreciation for this character, because you see, okay, she's somewhat healed by that point from the atoms ripping apart. She's got her suit that keeps her contained and together, but like, it's all up here still. It's all mentally affected her, and I saw that and picked up on the way Hannah John-Kamen played these scenes, and the mental fatigue and the I just don't want to hurt anymore kind of stuff that she was going through. Really, I saw that in this rewatch that I didn't necessarily pick up before.
yeah. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, her character is pretty tragic, but like also the effects they used for her power and stuff were really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
And she was a really good fighter and shit. She was really capable. I liked her character.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get down to the moments, guys. I want to bring up 2 to 3 moments of you guys that you really liked in the film, so we can break it down. Let's start off with you, Adelia. Give me like a moment when you were watching on rewatch. You were like, I really like this moment. This made me, it made you feel a certain way, as anger, happiness. What moment brought those emotions?
I really like the beginning when Scott is going through the tunnels and stuff with Cassie. And like, you really see the lengths that he's going to try to entertain his 10-year-old daughter, even though he can't leave his house because he's on house arrest. I thought that was really great. Abby Ryder Fortson, this is the last time she plays Cassie Lang because she gets recast and aged up in Endgame, which makes sense because, they have the 5-year time jump. She's been phenomenal in these first 2 Ant-Man films. And I hadn't really seen her in anything else. So I looked her up today, Ferris. You watched a show with her in it last year. Do you want to try to take a guess what show that is?
It's got to be a procedural. Is it a procedural?
I suppose you could call this a procedural, yeah. She played a character named Christy for 4 episodes.
Is it on ABC?
It is not.
Oh my god! You're gonna say the name. I'm like,
all right. In the absence of all this dead air on the show, I will just tell you that she played Christy Wheeler for 4 episodes on The Pit.
Oh, what? Christy Wheeler? What was she?
I don't know. Wheeler. But that's Abby Ryder Fortson, the little girl who was Cassie in the first 2 Ant-Man movies. Oh, and we're back to the dead air.
Oh no, she's probably one of those kids that was a part of that. So one of the kids dies in season 1 of The Pit. He takes like a misdiagnosed pill where he thought it was like Adderall to make him stay up, but it was laced with fentanyl, and he dies. And then there's another girl took the same thing, but they got her to the emergency room fast enough, and she got saved. That could be her, or she could
She
be
said
the
4 episodes. Isn't that like half
4
the
episodes,
season?
yeah.
yeah. That episode that dragged on a little bit. Christy Wheeler, or she's a part of the or she was part of the storyline where.
She is a pregnant teenager who came in to have a medical abortion.
Oh, that's who she is.
Yes.
Oh, I know that. So she's pregnant. She goes talk to her aunt. Her aunt brings her to the emergency room, pretending to be her mom. Her mom shows up and says, "Don't you dare!" What? Because her mom was a teen mom as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "I was a teen mom, and it birthed you, and I love you, and you're amazing. You're gonna be fine." But her aunt's like, she doesn't want the baby. She's 16.
All right.
Let's go back to the Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Let's go back to him. I just thought it was fun that she'd been in something.
Oh yeah,
that
I
you
know.
would
Okay,
know
now
her from.
now I know who she is. Yeah,
But I really love that moment where Scott's like doing everything he can with trying to entertain Abby and Cassie. She's 10 years old. He mentions that she's 10 years old, and that in doing so, going down the slide that he made out of the stairs and everything with all the
On the ant?
cardboard on the ant and everything. And his foot goes through the fence.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
And just his foot goes through the fence, and it is the foot with the ankle bracelet on it. So in descends all the FBI agents or whatever they are, and here comes Randall Park as Jimmy Woo. Jimmy Woo is another guy that I just thought was fantastic in this movie. He's such an idiot.
Yeah.
Like he's just such a dumbass. But it's so funny to see him trying to catch Scott and failing every time.
I'll see you around, Scott. Where? No,
Yeah.
no, like in general.
I mean, like I'll arrest you later.
Like, oh, yeah, and when you do something bad, I'm gonna arrest you later. It's like, oh, okay, I thought you were inviting me somewhere. No, oh, wait, do you want to go to have dinner?
Do you want to have dinner?
Do you want to have dinner? Like, I love that scene. Yo, man, Randall Park hilarious. I saw Randall Park. The first time I ever saw Randall Park was on Wild and Out. He was one of the comedians on Wild and Out. So I was like, seeing him like now, it's pretty beautiful to see. So shout out to Randall Park.
Yeah, and I love that this like established Jimmy Woo is like a guy in the MCU. We got him in WandaVision. I'm hoping we get him in some other stuff too.
Yeah. Matt, what about you, man? Your moment that made you feel an emotion, good, bad, indifferent?
I really like the intro with Michael Douglas explaining to her what happened to her mom. That was pretty emotional, also, and it just showed that she was a real hero because, like, she knew she was either gonna die or get lost somewhere, and she still did it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, if I do it right, I can survive. It was totally a not suicidal, but totally a losing mission.
What about you, Adelia? That was really an intense and emotional moment where basically she sacrificed her life. What we think is her sacrificing her life.
And she said, "Tell Hope, tell what's her name?" I said, "I love her."
Yeah, Hope. Yeah. Like without a care, not without a care. Like just straight up was like, boom, I gotta sacrifice.
It was
my
like
life.
it was like my life, her life over thousands. Who knew? Who knew how many people would die if that missile hit? So, yeah, she's a real hero. Janet Van Dyne. I really enjoyed Michelle Pfeiffer's portrayal of her. I think one of the funniest moments in the movie is when like Janet's consciousness takes over Scott, and it's Janet talking to them through Scott, and he saying things like, "Oh, our first fight in how many years?" Stuff like that. I thought that was one of the funnier moments, but the beginning is really emotional. I thought the de-aging effects they did on
Dude.
Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer were fantastic. Like Michelle Pfeiffer looked like she just walked out of the 80s. It was really emotional, and getting to see that scene again, because we see parts of that scene in Ant-Man when he's talking about what happened to Janet. But getting to like hear the dialogue in Janet's perspective and everything, I thought was really cool. And I just think Janet's a badass for surviving that long in the quantum realm. Now, granted, I haven't seen Quantum Mania yet, so I don't know like how that ties into that, but I heard that it does.
It does tie in,
Yeah, but surviving for 30 years in the quantum realm, which wasn't really 30 years to her, I guess, because she we know time moves differently down there. Like Scott said, his 5 years in the quantum realm and between Infinity War and Endgame was like 5 hours to him.
Yeah.
So I did find it a little weird that they had her all aged up, but if because like if a year is an hour, she was there for 30 hours.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't have aged that much, but maybe you do age that much in the quantum realm. I don't know. I'm thinking this too much, but I thought it was all that was great.
Quantumania reveals the stressful factors of the quantum realm. Yeah, because I remember watching Quantumania. Funny enough, I watched Quantumania at an Alamo Draft House with some chicken wings, so it was kind of a weird experience. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, I'm with you on that moment, Adelia and Matt. One moment that I really liked was the Lawrence Fishburne scenes where he's calling out Hank.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where he's like, "Yeah, man, you push everybody away. You're a know-it-all. You're an arrogant, self-centered. You know what I mean? Like you and Howard Stark are like the same, different sides of the same coin. You know what I mean? You're you know, and him just calling him out on it, and then him, you know, saying like I'm here to protect this girl after we experimented on her. Shield, we experimented on her, and we made her a weapon. And Lawrence Fishburne just knocks it out of the park with me because he's Goliath. He's Goliath, and if you know Goliath in the comics, he's actually a big component of Civil War.
Yeah.
He's the guy who he's unfortunately he dies in Civil War, and he's like I think the reason they stopped because of his death or something. I don't remember fully, so I need to reread it. Sorry. Don't yell at me, comic book people. I'm sorry. Don't yell at me, please. But yeah, I think Lawrence Fishburne was amazing in his role, and the connection with Ava, and as well as him calling out Hank, because Michael Douglas plays Hank Pym a bit arrogantly.
Yeah, and I think that's supposed to be the way that Hank Pym is in the comics too. You're absolutely right. Lawrence Fishburne was amazing in those scenes, especially when he's calling out Hank. And I really loved that he had like this fatherly love for Ava as well, because they took that girl's life from her basically.
Yeah.
I mean, there was the accident, yeah, but then Shield was like, "We'll just turn you into a weapon." Like that's
Yep.
fucked up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I want to open it up. Any other moments or characters that you guys really enjoyed that you want to break down a little bit more? Starting off with you, Matt.
I really like the introduction scene of Ghost when Wasp is fighting Walton Goggins and his people, and then she busts in and just pretty much messes everyone up. That was
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
And also, I really like the scenes where they turned Paul Rudd into like a toddler or a preschooler. That shit was funny.
That was funny.
That's really funny. That's very funny. Yeah, yeah. What about you, Delia? Opinions on those two scenes Matt brought up?
Yeah, those are really good scenes. Ghost, a badass fighter, and the way that they did the effects on her, like Matt said earlier, was really cool. And yeah, Paul Rudd at various different sizes. I mean, when he's in that room, that closet, and he's giant, and Hope's laughing at him, that was really funny. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty good. And I want to get, I think we've talked about this film pretty much ad nauseum. This film
Well,
is very.
I have another moment.
You have
can
another
ask me
moment.
for
Yeah,
my moment.
hit me, Adelia.
Luis, when he gets the truth serum and
yes.
tells his story, always funny. Just
Michael
always
Pena.
funny.
When he was doing that,
Mike-
I was like, dude, if they did like a recap kind of thing for Doomsday or something, like preview thing with him telling the story,
Well,
that'd be funny.
Matt, before this film came out at Comic-Con, they had Michael Pena do like a recap video of the entire MCU to that point, and then it's revealed that he's talking to Michelle Pfeiffer, and he's like telling Janet everything that's happened.
I remember
And
that.
that's how they revealed that Michelle Pfeiffer was playing Janet. And so they've never released that publicly, so it's just the people at Comic-Con that got to see it, but it sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, I remember. I heard about that. I heard stories about that, and I thought they were gonna release it because they tend to release a lot of stuff, but they never did. So shout out to them for keeping their word on like this is for you, and only you. So shout out to them. Yeah, that was pretty good. I love that scene. I love every time he does that, and I love how Walken's like no what like What are you
That's
talking
not
about?
what
Stop
I'm
it.
talking about.
That's not what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Like that's where he is emotionally. No, I don't care about him emotionally. Where is he literally speaking? Where
Yeah.
is he? It's like, oh, he's in the
The
woods.
woods. Yeah.
What?
And then Ava shows up and it's great. I also like the rest of the crew. Kurt and Dave are very funny. And when Ava shows up and Kurt starts going on about the Baba Yaga, it's so funny.
Starts praying. He starts praying.
Yeah.
So then, I was like, oh, it's hilarious, man. Every time I hear the Baba Yaga, I always think of John Wick, but then like it's also a witch, so it always throws me off a little. Because when something's Baba Yaga, I think of boogeyman, but it's really a witch, so it threw me off. I really like my favorite thing is like the way they shrink and grow, the effects of those, shrinking the car and then bringing the car up, bringing like the van, shrinking the skyscraper and then bringing it back. I really like how they do the special effects are pretty. They aged pretty well.
They
aged
did,
pretty
yeah.
And you can see like when you are not lazy and are very focused with it, and you give people time, this is what you get. And it was a great decision on their part.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed every aspect of it. I really like these movies. I think these are the comedies of the MCU because Peyton Reed and Paul Rudd, their background is comedy, and you can see that Michael Pena is hilarious. T.I. and David Delsmachian are pretty funny as well. Nice crew. And then forget about that part. Remember where he basically tells them, "Oh yeah, we're broke." And, it's like I was trying to be a good boss. I was like, "You're a horrible boss."
We have to get this account, the Carpetian or whatever account, and or we're going out of business. And they're like, "What?
What?" It's like,
Well, I like how he came to the conclusion. He's like, and then I saw those pastries with the red filling, and our company's in the red. And then what?
Like, we need it. It's like, why don't you tell us? I was trying to be a good boss and give it to you. Well, that's horrible bossing. That was pretty. It's pretty funny
really
as well.
funny.
Yeah, but I also like how the family dynamic is improved because in number one, Bobby Cannavale hates him.
Yeah,
It's like you're a convict, and I don't like you. I actually don't want you around your own kid and my wife because I don't trust you. And then he beats up Yellow Jacket, and Bobby's like, well, you know what? I may have underestimated you. I love you. And then always with the group hugs.
So
he's
group
always
hugs
involved.
are great.
Yeah. And then my favorite thing is the ex-wife is like, you can't do this. This is against the law. And Bobby's like, yeah, they can do this.
They can.
It's all right. Because he's a cop.
You don't have a warrant. They don't need one.
They don't need one. He's on probation, house arrest.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. It's like, okay. It's like, yeah. Shout out to Bobby for explaining law to his ex-wife. Shout out to him. I really like those scenes. The fight scenes are pretty cool. Like we said, Ava, shout out to the stunt double. I don't know if it was like the actual actress, probably the stunt double. She was quite tremendous in her karate, taekwondo, maybe whatever that is. The vision.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing, but they were doing
they
did really well with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other news and notes and bobs for any of you guys?
My only kind of gripe with the movie was
Hit me.
the physics of shrinking the building, because it's like, I understand you could shrink things, but it retains its mass, so wouldn't it still weigh the same as a full building?
I don't know the Hank Pym particle science. I wasn't paying attention when he talked. So shout out to Hank Pym. Adele, you have a gripe.
I just really don't understand the stuff with Sonny Birch. I know they have to get the components from somewhere and everything, but he's such a slime ball, and then he just wants the lab, and he knows it's a lab, and he knows it's a building, and he knows all this stuff, and I'm like, I either missed it completely or he just suddenly knew it, and that to me is not good writing.
Because he talked about his FBI friend, and then we realized the FBI agent that's with Wu is dirty. That's why I was okay with him getting beat up by Ava.
Yeah, I was fine with that too.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. But if we don't have any other news and notes or any bobs, let's get down to the verdict and the possible hype for the next movie we'll be reviewing. So Adelia, verdict on a 1 to 5 star scale. Where are we at?
I'd give this probably a 3.5. It's
3.5?
fun. It's not super serious. It doesn't have to be super serious. I It's okay. Like I can enjoy this movie when I watch it, but it's not one that I go back to very often.
Hmm. Matt, what about you?
This one we're doing out of 5 stars.
Five,
Yeah.
yeah, 5 stars, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3.5 too. Then
Okay, 3.5. All right, all right. I guess I'm probably a little bit more positive than you. I'm going 4. I'm
Okay.
going 4. I already like this movie. I really like the first two Ant-Mans. Ant-Man 3, that's probably a little iffy, but I really like these two Ant-Mans. They're pretty good. I like 4 for me. Yeah, 4 for me.
it does
Um,
have one of the better post credit scenes too.
Yeah, the post credit scene's great.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about. Forget about it. Post credit scene that happened. They shrunk down the quantum tunnel into a
Into the back
Winnebago.
of the van.
Into the back of the van. I was about to call it Winnebago.
It's not a Winnebago.
It's not a Winnebago. La cucaracha.
An ugly
Sorry.
brown van.
Yeah, and they send Scott into the quantum realm to get one of the healing particles for Ava. Actually,
Yeah.
you hear them say that, and then Scott gets stuck because what happens, Adelia?
The snap. Thanos. I've never understood. I know that it's probably just an audio trick to make people realize that they weren't there anymore. But like, Scott is like talking and joking around with them, and then there's static on the line. Why would there be static on the line? Like just because they turn to dust? Like that part I don't understand.
Yeah, because
But
they're on walkies.
yeah, I don't understand that at all. But yeah, Janet, Hank, and Hope all dusted. So Scott's stuck in the quantum tunnel. I remember being pretty surprised by that when we saw this movie for the first time. But it does set up the main thing of Endgame because Scott's gonna get out and he's gonna be the one to be like, what if we could enter the quantum realm at one point in time and exit at another?
Hmm.
He comes up with the idea that saves everybody, basically.
You wanna know something about me?
Yeah.
I didn't watch this movie. I watched Endgame before I watched this movie.
Mm.
So when Scott pops out, I'm like, what the hell happened to him? Like I didn't know. And then I went and I rewatched it. I rewatched it for this show, and then I rewatched it like years ago for it. And then it made connective sense to me. I was like, oh, that's what happened to him. Oh, he was, and then because technically now after the snap, when they move 5 years in the future, he's gonna be putting some impound somewhere. I don't know, somewhere on the docks. But yeah, Matt, your initial feeling when you saw that end credit scene, completely forgot about this.
Yeah, I was just like, oh man, that would be crazy to come back to that,
Mhm.
or not come back to that, but to not even know what have happened. Yeah, at least everyone that
Yeah.
was here that didn't get snapped knew, like, oh well, everyone disappeared. Like for him, he just has no clue what the fuck happened. So yeah, that was crazy.
Because the very next movie, correct, is Endgame, correct?
Nope.
No,
Captain
No,
Captain
it's
Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel. Oh, thank you for the credit. Because in Endgame, I know we're talking about a lot. When he pops out, he freaks out
Mm-hmm.
and he goes to the memorial and he sees his name and he freaks out and he's like, "Oh God!" And then he runs home.
Mm-hmm. Runs to
Yeah.
Cassie's.
Yeah. So
Well, he was looking for her name, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He
And
was,
then he saw his name.
yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
So he runs all the way home. So that's the connective tissue of Endgame. But thank you, Adil, for bringing it up. It is Captain Marvel next, starring Brie Larson and Sam Jackson. Can't wait. Are you hyped, Adelia?
I'm very hyped. I was a teenage girl in the 90s, and I think anyone who was a teenage girl in the 90s really enjoyed at least the music of this movie. So
Okay. Wonderful. Matt, are you hyped?
I'm not like the biggest hater, but I didn't enjoy this movie that much.
Okay.
Oh,
All right,
this
well-
movie has plenty of flaws, trust me.
Oh, yeah.
But love the music. Love the soundtrack.
Yes. Well, you know what show I also love the soundtrack is? I can't wait for Wonder Man soundtrack to drop.
Mm.
Yeah,
waiting
Wonder
for
Man
you.
soundtrack
I'm
comes
waiting
up.
for you, Wonder Man. I'm waiting for you. But without further ado, thank you guys so much for joining us. We had a wonderful time with this review. Comedy, lightheartedness. It's a great, it's a nice popcorn flick for the family all around. But Adelia, where can people find you on the channel?
Let's see, where am I going to be next? You can find me on Tuesday on starting 11 over on the Good Friends Better Rivals channel, our sister channel.
Mhm.
Snark and I are going to be recapping the Premier League as it was. You can also find me there Saturday starting at 2 p.m. Pacific. Suge and I are doing a watch along of UFC 325, I think is what it is. I don't really watch UFC, but I'm going to do this with him, so we will see how that goes. And yeah, we might do an Arsenal watch along this weekend, but I don't know about that yet.
Yeah, it's at 7 a.m. against Leeds United.
Yeah,
Same day.
we'll probably
see.
pass.
Yeah. Matt, what about you, my man?
You can just see me here doing TV and movie reviews. We're gonna be doing Knights of the Seven Kingdoms on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yep. Perfect. All right, guys. My name is Ferris Madonna. You can find me at Ferris Madonna on Twitter, _Ferris Madonna on Instagram. Tonight, 7 o'clock on our sister channel, me and Adelia will be doing the rally. We'll be breaking down the semifinals of the Australian Open. For all the chaos that happened,
Women's semifinals, the men's haven't happened yet.
Yeah, the women's semifinals, the men starts tonight, but the women's happen at 7. We're doing our show to break down is at 7. As well as usually you can find me on Fridays at 3 o'clock Pacific on Rewatchers Council, the sequel, Angel, and then Fridays at 5 o'clock Pacific on our sister channel, Good Friends Better Rivals. But this Friday I won't be on, so that'll be next. In 2 weeks you'll see me. And then that's pretty much it. That's it. Yeah. But without further ado, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you had a wonderful time. We had a good time, and we'll see you guys next time. That's the time a lot.
You did.
Time to go.